Let's do the first two rounds of the Sunday Statement Draft in this segment. We'll finish it up later. You're up.
Yeah, I would say let's not forget about this guy, A.J. Brown. I mean, you know, we're talking about all the great young receivers in the league, the rookie year, the second year guys. A.J. Brown is just 24 years old. He's just in his third year. In his first 2 years, he's had over 1,000 yards, and he's on his way again. 10 catches yesterday for 155 yards, over 500 yards on the year. So while there is a great influx of young receivers in this league we're talking about, let's not forget about that guy who, oh, by the way, is a young receiver as well in what he is doing. A good-sized guy. Obviously, they got Julio Jones, but he's been injured. A.J. Brown, let's not forget him.
I got to go back to Mike White. It is amazing to me that only two quarterbacks in the history of the league threw for 400 or more yards in their initial start. Cam Newton and now Mike White thrust into the fray. And I think it helped him that he got to throw 32 passes last week in the game against the Patriots after Zach Wilson was injured. But he told me it's actually easier to be thrown right into it because you don't spend the whole week thinking and obsessing and worrying. Right. You just have to go. But he went yesterday, and he went off. So Mike White with that 405 yards and beating the Bengals, a Bengals team that we were calling possibly the best team in the conference before yesterday's game. Not now, but before.
And I'm going to go with my second statement draft is going to be the Saints. I know we talked about them earlier, but to talk about playing against the greatest of all time and Tom Brady in the last 2 years, Tom Brady is 1-3 against them. We had the graphic up before, 8 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. So there's something about what the Saints are doing. And every now and then that happens, whether it's a one-on-one with players. Sometimes somebody's got somebody else's number. Well, over the last couple of years, you got to tip your cap to the Saints. And I know part of it was the guy sitting in the, the studio there with you guys at times now and Drew Brees. But, kudos to the Saints for, I know they're trying to get past Tampa Bay this year. We'll see. But to have that record against Tom Brady the last couple of years.
I got to give Geno Smith some credit. It was an uninspiring game on Monday night against the Saints. I really thought the Jaguars, with the extra time to get ready and the knowledge of the Pete Carroll offense and defense and everything they do, they're not necessarily offense, but you've got the former offensive coordinators who understand how to beat that defense. I thought the Jaguars would look a lot better, but Geno Smith shut the door. 20 for 24, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. So Geno Smith, a surprisingly good showing from him in what may have been his last start because they go into their bye. Right. Russell Wilson could be back on the back end of it. On the way out the door, final round of our Sunday Statement Draft. Mike Golic, you're up.
I'm going training staff and coaching staff for the Dallas Cowboys on the decision that's going to be made on Dak Prescott. How soon you bring him back. The training staff for how well you're rehabbing him, and the coaching staff working with Dak on making that prudent decision on how long you can be without him if you need to, then try and keep one of the top spots in the NFC.
Last one for me is the entire Eagles organization, because I thought the Lions were primed to beat them, in part because the Lions look good against the Rams, and the Eagles, I don't know what the hell the Eagles have been doing, and there have been signs of dissension. And that press conference last week, whatever Nick Sirianni was talking about with fertilizer and plants and flowers, I thought that it was going to be 2-6, not 3-5, and the Eagles may be selling off assets today and tomorrow. And that's one of the reasons why we may not see a lot of trades. It's too early for teams to fold the tents with an extra game, and some of these teams, like the Eagles, going from 2-5 to 3-6 or 3-5, they may think they're in it. We're out. We're done. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow.
Happy anniversary.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.